My first press car was a Volvo.
Okay. Like the first one you ever borrowed?
In Canada.
Okay.
And I had emailed her a couple of times. But when you're new in the business, they don't necessarily answer, or they're like, we'll look at it, or
check out your channel, see if you're legit.
Exactly. And I was at the auto show in Montreal, and they were testing the XC60 Polestar with the T8, and I noticed that some of the translations was badly done.
Yeah.
And I sent it to her, and she's like,
"Oh, and she's probably so appreciative."
Yeah, and she was like, "Oh, thank you. Oh, and by the way, here's the XC40."
It's really, that's funny. That's all it took, right? Add a little value, and then
exactly, and that's how it opened the floodgates.
That's funny.
Yeah,
it's a good story.
Yeah, it is, and I'm really appreciative.
Yeah, I'm happy now because it sounds like you're a Volvo fan, which is good.
Yeah, a lot of my following, and the reason why I had initially contacted Volvo, my neighbor is like a Volvo fan.
Okay.
So he has a C30, he has an S80, and he has a 940. Could that be? Or the really old ones.
Okay. So he's a loyalist. He's in the Volvo family.
Exactly. Yeah. So every time I test a Volvo,
he's probably coming out going, "What's that one?"
he drives now from Ottawa to my house because he moved. And he wants to see, like when I had the XC40, he was like, "Wow!"
Yeah.
And
the XC40 is a great car.
Yeah,
I love it.
Yeah, especially the electric one.
Yeah.
And I had driven it to Ottawa, and I really pushed it. I was in turtle mode.
Yeah.
Because it's still a great distance, and I was able to recharge it. And I was like, "Wow, this is an amazing vehicle as well."
Yeah, it handles really well. It's good size. They're zippy. I'm in an XC60 right now. Love the XC60 too.
PHEV or
PHEV.
Oh my God, the range on it is
amazing.
The
range is excellent. Yeah.
It's a fantastic.
Perfect. It's a perfect commuter car.
Yeah. I think it's like 63 kilometers now.
Yeah.
In real life, and
yep.
So what I'm going to ask you a couple of questions now. With Volvo having their best sales year like last year, and a lot had to do with EVs, and there's a transition as well for Volvo into EVs. How did that translate with the Canadian market today?
Yeah, for sure. Last year, globally, we had a fantastic year. But here in Canada, we had an amazing year as well. In fact, last year was a sales record for us, an annual sales record. So we hit about 12,865 unit sales, which is really big for our brand, right? We're a smaller volume manufacturer, and so to have that annual record was terrific for us. When it comes to electrification, we made up 35% of the sales mix, which is good, right? It's getting us slowly on our path.
And that's plug-in hybrid?
Anything with a plug. So across our recharge lineup, so across plug-in hybrid as well as full electric. But the cool thing is, or the great thing in terms of the momentum that we're seeing off the back half of last year is, we've just wrapped the first quarter of this year, and electrified sales made up 49% of our mix in 2024.
So the bet of Volvo in investing in electrified vehicles, it's really working.
It's working. Our sales are indicating that it's working. And in fact, in March, when we closed the month, electrified sales made up 50%. Which was 131, not specific to electrify, but our sales for the month was 131% growth over the prior year.
That's amazing.
So we're seeing a lot of good momentum and growth with the brand, and I will say that I think it has to do with not just the brand, but just introducing the right product at the right time in the right mix across a breadth of powertrain, right? So we're betting really big on electric, but we're also offering a powertrain for everyone, right? We do have mild hybrids in the lineup still. Recognize that there's a bridge to kind of take us there to the future, but we also have a great lineup of plug-in hybrids for people who aren't quite ready to make that jump into full electric. And then, of course, we have our terrific full electrics on offer as well.
And we have two of the vehicles that will be in the lineup very shortly, which is the EX90 and the EX30. What are your expectations for the Canadian market for those two vehicles? I see that the EX90 is more of a family-oriented vehicle. Where do you think in Canada will it, be the bestseller? Where are you expecting?
Regionally, you mean?
Yeah, regionally.
That's hard to say. Hopefully, everywhere. Okay. That's our goal, of course. But yeah, I can speak a little bit to both of those products. I think the great thing with the EX90 is yes, it's a family vehicle. It's a 7-seater. It's at the higher end of the range in terms of affordability and pricing, but it's that premium luxury vehicle for families in Canada. And not only that, but it's also the safest vehicle that we're offering in terms of the level of safety that comes standard in the vehicle. And then on the other end of the spectrum, with the EX30, as you mentioned, that's our most accessible. It's going to be our most affordable SUV yet. So I think we're going to see a really big win with the EX30 here. I mean, we're sitting right now in Montreal, in Quebec, and I think that car is going to do excellent here in the market.
And it's a powerhouse in performance.
It's a powerhouse in performance and in terms of the segment, right? And the compact SUV segment, that's really popular here in the region. And then, you mix in the added attraction of the government incentives that are available for that car. It's going to be a really attractive value proposition for Canadian drivers. And then if you're in the mode where you're looking for more space, you have a big family, then you have the EX90. That might be more of the best fit for you. And I think the unique thing is we're bringing two of these product into our lineup around the same time, but they're sort of at two ends of the spectrum, right, in terms of the segment that we're introducing them into. So it sort of is this nice rounding moment for our lineup of kind of completing that from point A to point B. Depending on what you're looking for, we sort of have something for everybody. And also just it's exciting to be able to grow our full electric lineup as well.
And as a last question for you today, what's your favorite vehicle and what are you currently driving in the Volvo lineup? I'm putting you on the spot.
I know. You know what's funny? My favorite vehicle is a vehicle I haven't driven yet.
Okay.
I love the EX30. It's attractive. The interior is gorgeous, right down to the materials that are used, some of the unique features that are included in the car. If you have a chance to go and look at it a little bit more deeper today, definitely.
I will show some shots of the vehicle.
Yeah, do that. It is gorgeous. It's eye candy. That cloud blue color, beautiful. So I love the EX30, just haven't had a chance to drive it myself yet.
I love that yellow. I hope really that it's going to come out.
Oh, the moss yellow? Yeah, that pops. It's so nice. And I'm very tall, so for me to have said that my favorite is the smallest in the lineup, a little bit strange. We'll see when I get behind the wheel.
Yeah, exactly.
But I'm currently driving an XC60 plug-in hybrid, and it's fantastic. It's a great car. I get really great range on my electric motor, so it's perfect for me to commute into the office, and it's a perfect size for me as well.
Great.
Yeah.
I thank you very much for the time that you've taken today,
yeah,
Jennifer.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for chatting with us, talking a little bit about Volvo.
Perfect.
Always happy and welcome to share our story with you.
Great. Thank you. Have a nice day.
Yeah, you too.
Thanks.
Bye.
Bye.